Hi, welcome back again. Let's do the Forrest Gump principle. Now, I don't know, I made this up one day. I did a live training in front of hundreds of our distributors and executives, and they loved it. And I've repeated it over and over and over again. I want to share it with you. You're going to laugh, but it happens all the time. So, we talked in our previous principle about the steps to invite, okay? Remember, we're going to smile and we're going to stand up in front of a mirror. Perhaps we're going to make sure we check the time. We're going to spend a few minutes talking about form, creating relatedness. No one cares what you know until they know you care. We're going to spend some time just giving you a little bit of a 30-second commercial. You're looking for working on a new project with some new technology. Are they open to looking at something? It's been sweeping the market. Featured on Discovery Channel, a little tiny commercial. Then we're going to spend some time just cornering an appointment to a specific time and confirming it. So that's the process for inviting. We've done that in the previous principle. And we're going to give more inviting clips and things in a future principle. But the most important thing is you cannot, and I really emphasize, cannot be effective by presenting over the phone. Now, here's what it sounds like. And have you ever had someone try to describe a movie to you? They've just seen this movie and it's exciting, and they're saying, oh, there's this movie and here's that, and you're kind of lost to what's going on. And I want you to imagine it's exactly what it's like for them. When you are trying to describe this opportunity to them, they're getting lost in the conversation. They're trying to associate it with something that they already know. So here's what it might sound like. Listen, there's this amazing movie you've just got to see. It's incredible. It's the best movie ever. It's about little Forrest Gump, and Forrest, he's got braces on his legs, and he loves his mama, and he goes to school. And the first day on the bus, no one will give him a seat, so he sits beside Jenny, and he and Jenny become really good friends, and he absolutely adores Jenny, and they go dangling. This is a great movie. You've got to watch this movie. And so they're dangling, and then as they're walking one day from school, these boys start chasing them, and Forrest has got these braces on his legs, and he starts running, and he breaks out of the braces, and all of a sudden he can run now without braces, and he can walk without braces. This is an amazing movie. And he loves Jenny, and Jenny doesn't love him. And they go off to university, and she goes to a different university than him, and he starts playing football. And one day he runs right out of the park, and he just starts running. He decides he's going to run for about 2 years, and then he ended up going into the army. And he met Officer Dan. Oh, before he met Officer Dan, he met Bubba. Oh, this movie is so funny. You're going to love this movie. And Officer Dan, before he met Officer Dan, he met Bubba, and Bubba did fried shrimp and grilled shrimp and boiled shrimp and every kind of shrimp you can imagine. And Officer Dan got shot in the buttocks, and then they had ice cream, but they didn't like each other because he carried him out of the army and he wanted to die like his grandfather and his great-grandfather. Oh, are you getting the picture? People are going to have this different impression. You can't describe a movie to someone who hasn't seen the movie. You won't be able to describe this business until you're sitting in front of them face to face and they can see what you see. You see, here's what it sounds like. Well, this is amazing business, and it's kind of direct marketed on the internet, and it's something different than anything else you've seen before. And they've got they pay 5% 6 levels, and I've got an upline. But I'm not supposed to talk about jargon. And you can get on this trip. It's a success trip, and they've got they've got this age lock. It's like genetics, but it's not engineering. But it's like epigenetics. It's like a switch. But I don't really understand the switch. But oh yeah, that's right. If you have if a dog comes in the room and you're allergic, then it turns on and then it turns off. And oh my gosh, they got a weight loss product that turns off these genes. But remember, it's not genetic engineering because they don't believe in genetic engineering. And online you can get a website and people are like, what are you talking about? And so I promise you, don't make the mistake of when people ask you to explain everything on the phone, of trying to explain everything on the phone. It just doesn't work. And so I really want to save you, lots of aggravation and perhaps even destroying some of the potential aces and queens that could be entering your business because you've just been super enthusiastic but didn't really convey the message in a coherent way that's really going to mean anything for them. So I hope this has been helpful. I really hope you take my advice and and keep them a little bit curious. If they start asking lots of questions, the best answer I've ever found was listen, I'd love to tell you more about it. That's why I want to meet with you, but it's too big to talk about on the phone. Let's meet. And I've found 100% of the time, when you say it's too big to talk about on the phone, that people go, okay, Tuesday or Wednesday, get an appointment, and then you can sit down with them, especially in the beginning, with your sponsor, with your upline, and do the presentations together until you get some mastery. I hope you enjoyed this section of Proven Principles. Bye for now.